With what shape do you want to start with first? Parabola? All right, we'll do parabola. Parabola. Okay. I'm going to give you the actual definition of a parabola. I do not expect you to remember this definition, but it's, I'm not checking. All right. The actual definition of a parabola is the set of all points x, y in a plane that are, ready for this word? Equidistant from a fixed line called the directrix and a fixed point EQUIDISTANT. Equidistant. Equal distance. Oh, I got the focus all messed up there. Directrix. DIRECTRIX. Have you heard the term equidistant before? Equal distance. That's what it's from. All right. From a fixed line, which is called the directrix, and a fixed point, which is called the focus. I will never ask you to repeat that, but hey, it's worthwhile knowing it. Go home. You can impress people. Maybe. I don't know. So, whoops. So we have our parabola. If you have a point here, and if we call this the focus, this distance, so what this means is this distance here is equal to this distance here, D1, D2. So that line below it is the directrix. This is the focus. And the distance from any point on the parabola to the focus is equal to the distance from that same point to the directrix. I'm not going to ask you to repeat this, but this is the definition of a parabola. Okay? Okay. All right. What do I expect you to be able to do? Oh, sorry. I just said it, but I'll say it again. If any point on this parabola, the distance from the point to the focus equals the distance from that point to the line, which is the directrix. That's what it means. These distances are the same. That's all it means. Well, okay. Hang on, I'll show you. Okay? All right. So, there's two ways to write the equation of a parabola. The first way, there's two types of parabolas, I guess we could say. We have you've done this before. Okay. This first one on the left, the x is being squared. That's sort of your standard parabola, okay? If I rewrote that, if I wrote it like this, does that make a little more sense? It's the same equation, okay? It's the exact same equation. What does h and k tell you? Yeah, it's those shift left, right, up, down. It's the vertex. This is what you did last year. I think last year they call it P and Q, but it's the exact same thing, okay? Now, we write it this way. You'll see why in a sec. So this means that this graph is going to open like your sort of standard parabola, like this. Up if A is greater than 0, right? If A is positive, it opens up. If A is negative, it opens down. A is less than 0. Okay. Now the other one looks like this. If A is positive, you're opening towards the positive numbers, just like here. A is positive, we open towards the positive numbers. A is positive, you're opening towards the positive numbers. If the y is squared, it's, for lack of a better term, sideways parabola. It opens to the side. And if A is negative, you open towards the, there you go. All right. So, H and K tell you what? Yeah, they tell you the vertex. Right? The coordinates of the vertex are H and K. That's the shift left, right, and up, down. That's the stuff we did in the very first transformations unit. Okay? Now, this one's slightly weird. I'm not going into the proofs of this. If you want to see the proofs, I've got them written out. It's a bunch of algebra you don't need to know. Okay? But the A value in both of them is equal to 4p. What is p? P, 4. P equals distance. It's 4p. 4. The number 4. Distance from vertex to the focus and the directrix. So I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a sec here. And I'll write it out. And directrix. Okay, so you need to know how to sketch the graph, get the directrix, and the focus. This is how you do it. Are we ready? It looks harder than it is because you're seeing it written a little differently. Okay. A, we're going to sketch this. 8 times y plus 5 equals x plus 2 squared. Okay, first thing you look at, which variable is being squared? X. If x is being squared, does it open up, down, or side to side? Up, down, right? That's the sort of general parabola. It's one of these ones. Okay, so we go, okay, it's going to open up and down. We need to find the vertex. Where is the vertex? Vertex is what values? The h and k. What's the h value? Not 2, it's -2, right? Because it's always x minus h, just like in transformations. What's the k value? -5. So our vertex is at -2, -5. So -2, -5. There's our vertex. Does this graph open? What else we should find? We should find the y-intercept. I'm not going to ask for the x-intercepts. We'll just find the y-intercept. How do you find the y-intercept? X is equal to 0. So you get 8 times y plus 5 is equal to 2 squared. One half minus 5 is -9/2, right? Or -4.5. Does that make sense? What? Y-intercept, just put x is equal to 0 and solve for y, like we do every time. So I know the y-intercept is -4.5, which is there, so the graph is going to look something like this. I actually don't care too much about how the x-intercepts and the actuals. I care about the opening up or down. Really, that's what I care about. How do we know it opens up? The a value is positive. It's 8. Okay? Now, we want to find the focus. All right? So, I told you that a is equal to 4p. Okay? So, we go a is equal to 4p. A is equal to 8. So, what's p? So, p is equal to 2. This is the distance to the focus and the directrix. So, if you're at 5, -5, and the distance is 2 units to the focus is always inside, right? So if I'm at -5 and I go 2 units up, what do I end up at? -3. Let's guess where that is. -3. That's the focus right there. Where's the directrix? Look at the pictures. It's in the other direction, right? From here, it's up a certain distance, and then down a certain distance. So the directrix is 2 units from the vertex, which is there. So -7. Y equals -7 is your directrix. Okay? Does that make sense? What is the directrix? It's the line where the distance from any point to the line and to the focus is the same.
It doesn't actually mean anything.
I think I just said it, didn't I?
No, but like, so it's not for us. What does it actually mean? Does it do anything?
No, it's can you what? It's just a line. It's just a line that when you draw a parabola, what you're doing is you're going, okay, I got this line. Every point on this parabola will be equidistant to there and there. And that's how you sketch the parabola.
Okay. It's just a line.
It's just a line. For now, yeah. For now, yeah. Okay? All right, let's do one more example.
It's how you would
It's how you would sketch it if you didn't have an equation. You've seen it with ellipses where if you put the focus and you do the string thing, that's how you draw an ellipse. All right, B. We'll do one more here. Y plus 2 squared is equal to -8 x minus 1. Okay. Which way does it open? Up, down, left, right? Left, right, because the y is squared now, right? And what's our a value? Negative. That tells you it's going to open towards the negative numbers, so to the left. Where's the vertex? Where's the vertex? Other way. 1, -2, right?
Yeah.
So the vertex is at 1, -2. That's your h and your k. So 1, -2. There's your vertex. We know it opens to the negative numbers. We're not going to worry about the xy intercepts. So it opens that way. Okay. It doesn't go through the origin. I don't want to calculate. I just want to get the vertex and stuff. All right. How do you find the focus? A is equal to 4p. What's your a value? -8. The negative doesn't really matter. What's your p value? It's going to be -2, but you go in both directions. So it's 2 units away. So if you're here, we're at 1. We go 2 units to the right. So we'll be at 3. And then 2 units the other way, you're going to be at -1. And that's the focus. All right. Is that okay? Yeah. No. We're just doing sketches. Okay. Yeah, only one focus and one directrix. Yeah. The focus? Yeah. The focus is the point. If you had light coming in, or if that was where you put your light source or your receiver for a satellite dish, everything goes through the focus. So if I had light rays coming in, they would hit here and they would all go through the focus. Okay? All right. I'm going to hand you a sheet. The only questions I want you to do on the sheet are 33, 34, 35, and 36. Okay? Oh.